As Christmas approaching, you may have a best friend or partner who's writing a novel and you'd like to make a gift that is related to creative writing. As a writer myself, I've received and given my fair share of gifts that missed the mark, but don't worry, in today's video, I will break down the Ultimate Writer's Gift Guide. We'll explore everything from budget-friendly essentials to unique tools that they might not have thought about. Today, we're all about gifts that spark creativity, improve focus, and empower writers to level up their craft. We'll be diving into 3 price categories: under $50, $50 to $100, and then over $100. And lastly, I'll reveal to you the ultimate gift for writers, which is free. So stick around if you'd like to discover what it is, or skip to the end, whatever, what I don't know, I don't mind. By the end of this video, you'll have a shopping list filled with thoughtful and practical gifts that will make any writer in your life say, wow, you really get me. Wow, you really get me. Wow. You really get me. So let's start with the gift ideas under $50. Not because it is the logical way to structure the video, but because, as you will see, it is the little things that sometimes provides the greatest value. But before we dive in, just want to say that this video is not sponsored in any way, but if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, let's go. So the first item on this list are stickers. Now before you dismiss this idea, hear me out. This gift idea might sound a little bit what the heck, but a friend of mine gifted me this sticker and told me that it was meant to be placed on the very first printed copy of my debut novel. As you can see on it, it says, "I want it, I got it," which is a quote from a song, Seven Rings, which at the time of the gift I was listening on repeat. So I can tell you from a writer's perspective that a simple sticker can be a real symbol of ambition and a reminder of their writing goals. What can I say? A sticker is a freaking cute idea, so get one of those. An alternative to stickers would be a book embosser. If I said that correctly, it is this thing. I'll put it on the screen anyway so that you can see better than me struggling with it. I do use it. There. No. So you press the page of the book with this tool and then you mark the book. It is originally meant to mark the books that you own, but you can make a personalized version that is meant to mark their own novel. I think the idea of marking your own novel before you send it out to readers who just purchased it is just so exhilarating, and I can't wait to do it myself. The next item is a custom hat that says "Writing is sexy." Got the idea when a friend of mine, Nikki, received her own that says "Reading is sexy," and I thought, oof, this should be on the list. Because who doesn't like a hat that just states the obvious? You can go on Etsy and get a custom one like this. You pick the color, you choose the font, you can even choose the thread color. I mean, I told you don't even need to spend a lot of money to make a writer happy. The next 2 items are about focus and productivity for writers, so they pair pretty well together. The first one of the 2 being a Pomodoro timer. A lot of writers likes to do writing sprints, and of course they could use their phone to time it, but I don't know, there's just something about visualizing the time that you have left on those little things that just naturally increases your focus. Speaking of which, the other gift that pairs well with a Pomodoro timer are loop earplugs. They are little things like this, and what they do is that they are reducing the sound in the room and they help you increase your focus and maintain your focus for a longer period of time. I personally use them when I brainstorm or when I write, but I also use them to fall asleep faster. I use them also at parties. You can actually select how much noise you want to block, so that you can still hear the people you're at the restaurant with without all the chatter of the other table, so that's pretty handy. Now, next on the list are non-fiction books on the craft of writing. There are plenty out there, so I will show you my favorites. The very first book I read on fiction writing was this one, Save the Cat Writes a Novel. Now on the cover it says the last book on novel writing you'll ever need, but I would argue that this is actually the first and not the last book that a writer would need. I think it's a little bit too simplistic to be impactful, but it is a good starting point. I like the fact that there are also checklists at the end of each chapter, which makes the insights a lot more actionable, like this. Don't know if you can see. But no, because it's not autofocus. Sorry, very French of me. The next book is The Anatomy of Story by John Truby. I work with writers and authors who swear by this book. It's good, I think it's packed with value, and the fact that a lot of writers and authors swear by it is just a great gift. The only thing that did not do it for me for this book was the fact that they used examples to illustrate the points in this, in the theory that are from the 18th and 19th century. They're classics, they're just classics I haven't read. Shame on me, I know, but if the person that you're gifting this to has read a lot of classics, then they will get even more value than I did. The third book is Story Genius: How to Use Brain Science to Go Beyond Outlining and Write a Riveting Novel. I read it many years ago because Abby Emmons was always mentioning it in her YouTube videos. It's all about internal conflict and the cause and effects logic. Just like Save the Cat, it is a good starting point, and I actually gifted it to a friend of mine who started to write her own novel. So yes, this one is always a good gift. Now, if you want to go a bit more advanced, then I'd recommend the fourth book on my list, which is The Story Grid: What Good Editors Know. This one is more on the analytical side, as you can tell by the cover. As I said, it's a little bit more advanced, but it's an amazing book. The next book is this one, without really being this one. How could that be? This one is the 12-week year, but they made a version specifically for writers, which I highly recommend. I don't have a physical copy with me right now, but it is an incredible book. It's all about creating writing routines and setting writing goals so that you get more work done on your novel in less time. I'll be making a separate video on this one because I'm currently working on a Notion template to help writers apply the knowledge in this 12-week year for writers and create their own 12-week plan for writing their novel. So stay tuned for that. Another inspiring book is On Writing. It's a memoir by Stephen King, but it covers more than its life. He talks about his own creative and writing process. He gives tips for aspiring writers. So even if you haven't read a lot of books from Stephen King, or even none at all, it will still be a very inspiring book. And if they have already all the books that I've mentioned, then a gift card to their favorite bookstore will do. And you probably don't even need to get them a physical card because chances are they already have their own physical card ready to be topped up, so easy. Okay, moving on from books, another great gift idea, and this one, again, do not underestimate it as it might save your relationship or your friendship if you're flatmates. It is a do not disturb sign. As writer, we do not feel understood, okay? If you're walking into the room and I'm working on my novel, I might not tell you, but deep down, I am resenting you. So this do not disturb sign is a little gift that says a lot. It says, I see you and I root for you. You can find some that says writing in progress, or you can go on Etsy and again, get a personalized one. Okay, moving on to part 2, $50 to $100 gift ideas. So remember the loop earplugs? Now, if you have a bit more budget, a pair of noise cancelling headphones is a very useful gift. Most writers like to write with their own curated playlist, and others like me like to listen to 40 Hz binaural beats or just with nothing but the noise cancelling. Mine are Google Pixel Buds, fairly happy with them. I dropped them so many times and they're still alive. So if they're clumsy like me, they're just trying to live their life, trying to survive, then I would really recommend those ones. Otherwise, there are plenty of other models that are affordable. Whichever model you pick, these will help your novelist friend or your writing spouse to focus on the writing without any distractions. Another idea is a writing tool like Scrivener or Ulysses, although Ulysses is a subscription model, so it might not be the most budget-friendly option. I created my own version of Scrivener, but even better and at a fraction of the cost too. So if you want to check it out, there'll be a link in the description down below. Lastly, for the $50 to $100 gift ideas, a keyboard shaped like a typewriter. Mine is from Nuki and was a Christmas gift from my parents last year, so thank you, Mom and Dad. Look at this, it's so pretty. I am absolutely in love with it. It feels like a typewriter, it sounds like a typewriter. And if you're wondering, yes, you might get annoyed if you work together in the same room, but if you can get past this, it is an incredible gift for writers. Last category is the splurge-worthy ideas. The first gift idea of this category is a free write device. This, I do not own one, but I looked into it last year because I really wanted to get one as I love the concept. Basically, there's nothing else that you can do but write. There is no app, no notification, nothing. So as you can see, they have different models here, but in my opinion, the Traveler one, this one is the best option because you can just put it in your bag and go anywhere you want. So you can literally be writing at a park, at a cafe, anywhere really. So yeah, I love the concept and I think it is a great gift idea. The next gift idea is an e-ink tablet like this one. Mine is from Remarkable, and it is a great option for writers that like to write by hand because they get the option to digitalize their handwriting in one click. Otherwise, you can always use the keyboard, and because it is an e-ink display, there is no blue light, no eye soreness. You can work on your novel for hours without the negative effects of staring at a screen. You can sketch your characters, draw floor plans or maps, send them to your computers or your writing software. It is just so useful. The next gift idea is probably my favorite one, and I don't own it yet. It is a mobile whiteboard. I mean, it doesn't have to be mobile, but I like the fact that with a mobile whiteboard, you can pivot it and use the other side. So you can literally work on different book projects at the same time, which is pretty neat. Also, I don't know what it is about seeing your ideas vertically, but for most people, it seems to unlock something in the brain. I mean, if you look at startups or I don't know, just like companies in general, or even just like classrooms, you know, like there's something about seeing the information vertically that just works. I personally find it 10 times easier to brainstorm standing in front of a whiteboard than it is in front of a screen. Anyway, this is a great gift idea for your writing friend or spouse to brainstorm and outline their novels. And the last gift idea of this category is to offer them a writing course or access to a coaching program. It is generally a great investment for any writer who wants to take their writing to the next level. Now, in all transparency, I do have an author coaching program, but I just can't sell it to you because it is in beta version. But on top of that, it is currently in French, so I'm not sure you'd understand everything. But as soon as the beta version is done, the plan is to make it available in English. So if you'd like to stay in the loop, you can join the newsletter and I will let you know when it's available. There will be a link in the description down below, but FYI, just so you don't sign up for something that you don't want, it is not just a writing course. It is a full coaching program for authors who wants to make a living off their novels. So there are 3 axes to this coaching program. The first one being storytelling and writing. The second one about what to do once the first draft is done. So like how to revise your manuscript, edit, format, and publish your novel. And the third axis is about entrepreneurship for author. So I help them with their marketing and sales strategies, the goal being to sell thousands of copies per month. And you learn how to do just that without the need to master any complicated tools or without having to spend ridiculous amounts of money. Now, I promised you a ultimate writer's gift, which costs absolutely nothing, and this is listening to them talking about their book ideas. I think it is a gift that is quite underrated, and it will probably be boring for you because, you know, when we talk about novels, we get a little bit all over the place and we give details that are not necessarily interesting. But if you can do that, and if you feel comfortable spending time with your partner, with your friend, listening to them talking about their novel, you will give them the best gift ever, because that will get them motivated and they will keep working on it, feeling that this is going to be their best work. Anyway, enough rambling. So that's it. I hope that you got a nice shopping list for Christmas. If you had any idea that came to mind while watching this video, let me know in the comments. If you want to check the all-in-one writing tool that I created, then check out this video where I walk you through all the different features, and I will see you in the next one.